It is Javier Romo who goes, Javier Romo who kicks, but Juan Ayuso explodes here to the front. Juan Ayuso has the beating of Javier Romo. Resistance cracked already, and he's done it again.
Something just happened at the Vuelta a España that officials never wanted to see. A young star broke the silence, and what followed shook the entire sport. Fans can't believe it. Riders are stunned. And cycling's biggest race may never look the same again. What really went down, and why is everyone talking about it? Let's get into it. The Vuelta a España is supposed to be about climbs, sprints, and the chase for the red jersey. But this year, the story has shifted. Juan Ayuso, just 22 years old, has turned the spotlight away from the road and onto his own team. His words cut deep, his actions spoke louder, and suddenly the biggest headlines of the race are no longer about who's leading, they're about Ayuso standing up in a way no one expected. The drama began on what should have been a quiet rest day. Instead, UAE Team Emirates shocked the cycling world with a press release. Juan Ayuso would be leaving the team at the end of the year. This was surprising enough. Ayuso had a contract running through 2028, a sign the team saw him as a cornerstone for the future. But the news wasn't just about him leaving, it was about how it came out. Ayuso himself said he had only half an hour's warning. According to him, there had been an agreement. The news would stay under wraps until the Vuelta was finished. That deal was broken. The announcement went live while the race was still on, forcing him to answer questions in the middle of Spain's biggest cycling event. The young rider didn't stay quiet. Speaking outside the team bus before stage 10, he delivered words that reverberated across the sport. "It's like a dictatorship. I think that it's clear why they've done it to try and harm my image again." Those weren't casual remarks. They were an open accusation against his own management, delivered while he was still wearing their colors. For cycling officials, this was the nightmare scenario, a rider going public with his grievances during one of the 3 Grand Tours. Ayuso explained further. He said the team not only broke their promise on timing, but also showed him a draft statement that was worse than the one published. When he objected, he was told to accept it. To him, that wasn't just mismanagement, it was disrespect. UAE manager Joxian Fernandez Machin tried to cool the situation. He told reporters that journalists had been pressing the same question daily. Where would Ayuso be racing next year? According to Machin, it was better to be transparent than to keep dodging. He also emphasized that Ayuso was still under contract until December and would be treated as a valued rider until then. Machin even called Ayuso a great rider and wished him well. But those words couldn't erase the sting of the announcement's timing. Fans, media, and even riders now saw a fracture inside one of cycling's most powerful teams. The announcement didn't come in isolation. Just one stage earlier, Ayuso's teammate João Almeida had voiced his own frustration. On a tough climb, Almeida said he felt abandoned and lost time to rival Jonas Vingegaard. Ayuso explained he wasn't strong enough that day to help. Almeida later apologized for the comment, but Ayuso believed management used it to undermine him further. Even with that tension, Ayuso stressed his bond with his teammates. He said he respected Almeida and the rest of the squad, and he promised to keep supporting them for the rest of the race. Ayuso's choice of language, comparing his management to a dictatorship, sent shockwaves through cycling. Teams are built on loyalty and discretion, especially during long races where unity is essential. By saying what he did, Ayuso broke a code of silence that usually protects teams from public conflict. It was raw, direct, and impossible to ignore. Officials feared a media storm might overshadow the competition, and that's exactly what happened. After the comments, speculation swirled. Would Ayuso quit the Vuelta? Would UAE bench him? He answered that question himself. He would stay. He said he owed it to his teammates, the ones who had been by his side for years. Whatever the disputes with management, he wouldn't abandon the riders he respected. That decision gave the story even more weight. It wasn't just about harsh words. Now, the world was watching to see how he would perform with all eyes on him. Then came stage 12. The race was 145 kilometers long, from Laredo to Los Corrales de Buelna. The road went up and down, and it was a tough day. Ayuso broke away from the group and pushed to the front. Soon, only one rider was left with him, another Spaniard named Javier Romo. For the last 25 kilometers, the two rode side by side. Ayuso stayed calm, letting Romo do most of the work. Later, he said he wanted Romo to feel nervous and tired. As the finish line came closer, Ayuso made his move. His sprint was fast and powerful. He flew past Romo and crossed the line, first winning his second stage of the Vuelta. The meaning was clear. No matter what trouble was happening off the bike, Ayuso could still show his true talent on it. For UAE Team Emirates, the moment was uneasy. Almeida was their best chance to win the race. sitting close to Vingegaard. Normally, a team in this spot would join together and stay strong, but instead of racing talk, they faced questions about press releases, contracts, and fights inside the team. Ayuso's win could have been a big team success, but it didn't feel like that. It looked more like his own personal victory, right in the middle of a broken relationship. As if Ayuso's drama was not enough, the Vuelta also had problems from outside. On Stage 11, protesters blocked the road and the race had to be stopped early. Stage 12, the day Ayuso won, had people waving Palestinian flags along the road. The race was not stopped, but the mood was tense. One team, Israel Premier Tech, said that leaving the race in protest would set a dangerous example. All of this made the 2025 Vuelta one of the most chaotic races in recent years. Fans are also divided. Some cheer Ayuso for speaking up and fighting against unfair treatment. Others think he should have waited until the season ended, out of respect for his teammates and the race. Older cycling fans were shocked. Riders almost never speak out against their teams in public, but younger fans liked it. To them, Ayuso looked brave, refusing to be controlled and choosing honesty instead of silence. What makes his story so interesting is the difference between his words and his writing. Off the bike, he accused his team of being a dictatorship and treating him badly. On the bike, he showed smart tactics, patience, and power. This mix, strong words in interviews, strong legs in races, has made Ayuso the rider everyone is talking about. He is both the rebel speaking out and the racer proving his skill. The Vuelta is not over yet. Almeida is still chasing Vingegaard for the red jersey, while Ayuso rides on to finish strong and stay loyal to the teammates he respects. Whatever happens in Madrid, this year's Vuelta will be remembered for more than climbs and sprints. It will be remembered as the race where Ayuso broke free, on the road and from the grip of his own team. So, what do you think? Was Ayuso right to speak out mid-race, or should he have waited until the season ended? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if his bold stance surprised you as much as it surprised the cycling world, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest stories from the world of sports.